See students, in real time, some tasks will be available. Some tasks will be available. If we go for it, some tasks will be available or some type of problems will be available. Problems will be available. Like I want to generate, I want to generate QR code. I want to generate QR code, or I want to generate an emoji symbol. I want to generate an emoji symbol. I want to generate an emoji symbol, or I want to connect to the database. I want to retrieve the employees details whose salary more than 11 lakhs in an annum. So this is called what? A task. To fulfill the task, we need to write what? We need to write what? Statement 1, statement 1, statement 2, statement 2, statement 3. N number of statements we will write it. Statement 3. So on, we will write it. N number of statements we will write it. N number of statements we will write it. These many number of statements will provide the solution for the given problem. That type of statements, we are going to keep it together, all of them under one unit, under one unit, under one unit. That unit must be given some name. That name is called today what? File name we can call. What is that? File name with an extension called .py. This file name .py is called what? Program name we can call. Which name it is? Program name. So what is the program here? Set of optimized instructions. Set of what? Optimized instructions. Optimized. In our colleges and all, they said set of instructions is called what? Program. But instead of saying that 1947 definition, you say that optimization. What do you mean by optimization? Less space complexity, less space. Your program should take less space, and your program should take what? Less time to execute. These two properties are called what? Best program properties. That's why you need to use the word called what? Optimized instructions. Set of optimized instructions are called what? Program we can call. So what is the program here? Some set of instructions we are writing. Which instructions we are writing? Maximum time we will use data types. Maximum times we will use data types. Those set of instructions, optimized instructions written under one unit. That unit will be given some name. Sir, why are you giving name? Because that type of optimized instructions I will reuse in the further places of my real-time project. For that purpose of reusability, I am giving some name. That name is known as what? File name, also called as what? Program name we can call. Are you able to understand? So what is the program now? Come on, all of you. A program is a collection of, come on, a program is a collection of optimized instructions. Optimized instructions is called program. Optimized instructions for performing some task, for performing some task by executing in the computer, by executing in a certain device. The device can be either your either your mobile, it can be, or it can be your laptop, or it can be any type of PC where you can execute. Are you able to understand? So here I am writing here optimized instructions represents. Now I am writing represents less time, less time complexity, less time complexity. These are the important words I'm writing. And what? Less space complexity, less space complexity, less space complexity. What do you mean by less time complexity? The amount, when we execute the program on a system, it should take always what time? Less time. When we take less space complexity means what? Always supposed to take the less space when executing. So optimized instructions are nothing but when we execute the program, that program must take what? Less time to execute, less space to execute. That program is called what? Optimized. So this is known as what? I hope you are understanding. Less time complexity and less space complexity. So when we write a program, last and final, when we write a program, when we write a program, that program must take, when we write a program, that program must take, that program must take less time, less time, and what? Less space. And it is considered as, and it is considered as, considered as optimized. Considered as what? Optimized program. Optimized program or simply optimized. So these words you must remember. If you are a CSE student, in the further I'm going to tell you, for performing this time complexity measurement and space complexity measurement, we will use big O notation, we will use small o notation, we will use omega notation, we will use a theta notation. These are the time complexity notations we can call. So this mechanism, practically I'm going to tell you in the appropriate time in the classroom. So in the Python programming, in Python language, in Python language, every Python program, every Python program, every Python program must contain, must contain a file name, must contain a file name with an extension, with an extension called what? .py. In the bracket, file name .py, file name .py. I hope you are understanding. This is called what? Program importance. So any type of business problem, any real-time problem, if you want to solve it, you must write what? Program. So what is the need of writing program? Last line I will write it. The purpose of writing program, the purpose of writing program, the purpose of writing program is that to solve, is that to solve, is not to solve any real-time problem, any real-time problem, any real-time problem or any real-time task if you want to perform, I will be going for what? This program to be written. Clear? So how many ways are there to write this program? How many ways are there to write this program? So, so it is now 420. 420. Allowed or not allowed? Allowed or not allowed? Hmm? Boy came. Allowed or not allowed? 420 sharp. So stand backside. 10 minutes you stand backside. Actually, I don't want to allow. Stand backside 10 minutes. So here I'm going to just see few seconds. 21 came. 21, 421. Few seconds, just a few seconds. So actually, when you come by this time, you are out of order. Actually, you are a good student. Should have. So now I will move to the further. And good student mean tomorrow also if we come like that, good is only that day only. In my point of time, if Sachin Tendulkar played a century in one match, should have, he will not be selected in all the matches. 10 matches played century, 11th match failed, 12th match will not be taken. Why? There is no guarantee that 12th match played or not. I need every match to play century. Even my class also. Day one I said, every day it should be ultimate. Not even one day, 10 days rest. Not like that. Last day also ultimate. Minute to minute ultimate lecture to be given. That is a subject. Understand? Yes. Students, online students, am I audible now? So power has come. Am I audible to you now? Okay, let's start the discussion. So we did what is a program, and we learned the importance of the program and how to give the file name and what will be the extension of that. And we are entering into how many approaches are there in real time to develop this program. So now I'm going to write it in real time. In real time, we can develop we can develop the programs. We can develop the programs in two ways. In two ways. In two ways. They are number one by using interactive approach. By using interactive approach. Interactive approach. Second one is by using batch mode programming. Batch mode approach. By using interactive approach. By using batch mode approach. So the first one I'm going to talk about it. The first one I'm going to talk about it. What is the first one here? By using interactive approach. So in this interactive approach, what is happening? In batch mode approach, what is happening? I just want to discuss. There are two approaches are available to deal with the development of programs. Number one, by using interactive approach. Number two, by using batch mode approach. So in interactive approach, what is happening? In interactive approach, what is happening? We need to understand. So coming to interactive approach, what we are going to do it in batch mode approach, what we are going to do it, we need to look into this. So the things which we discussed so far under interactive approach, if we look at example softwares for interactive approach, softwares which we have seen so far in our class. What are the things? Number one, you have seen about Python command prompt. Python command prompt. This is one thing which we used Python command prompt as an interactive approach software. And next is called Python IDLE that we are entering into today. Python IDLE shell. Python IDLE shell. That is the second one. When we come to batch mode approach, we are using example softwares. There we are talking about number one, very, very important. Number one, Python IDLE shell. First one, that is playing an important role in interactive approach as well as batch mode approach. We'll understand what is the batch mode approach and all. And the second one, we use it. This is one thing. And the next we are entering into, and next level we are entering into third party, third party, third party IDs we will take it. In the third party IDs, we are coming to the first one here, PyCharm. PyCharm we are entering now. Second one we are entering into Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook. That I'll explain one by one in the class. Nothing to worry about it. And next is called a Spider. Next is called a Spider. Next, fourth is called what you know VS Code. VS Code. And the fifth one is called Google Colab. Google Colab. Like that, if we go on taking, there are lot of IDs are available. So coming to the point of it, Anaconda, Seema Vaishnavi, Anaconda, that Conda, this Conda is not there. Anaconda Jupyter Notebook only that is written. So people remember only Anaconda. Anaconda is not there. Anaconda is not. People will remember Anaconda means what? Big. Right? So if you say Anaconda, if you go to interview, they will say something else because she's a girl now. I'm not telling directly. If it is a boy, directly I would have been telling that. So Anaconda Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda Spider, And professionally we call it as what? Jupyter Notebook. Because might be that your previous trainers, they said Anaconda, this Conda, that Conda, they said all the Condas will not be there. You have to call it as what? Jupyter Notebook and then Spider. If at all you want to call it as, and you can call Vaishnavi word here, Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda, Spider, both of them will come from that place only. Are you following me? Yes. So you don't try to express your old knowledge, my dear students. If you try to express, I will interact on it and I will overreact on it. It will be a problem for you. Because whatever you know already, that is called blunder, and it is a virus equivalent to coronavirus. And I don't want to, if I say that, you will feel. If I don't say, I will feel it. You just blindly follow me, read my notes and come to the class. You will become a software engineer. That's all. If you don't read and if you don't practice and come, we can't do anything else. So in interactive approach, what is happening? That whatever these days for explaining all these data types, whatever I said, all of them are comes under which approach? Interactive approach only. Go to the Python environment once, students. Go to the Python environment once and try to say here. Now I'm saying here Python 3.12.5. This is my statement here. Now I'm writing print. Now I'm writing hello world. Here I'm writing hello world. I'm just writing. I'm just giving one statement at a time and I'm getting one result at a time. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. Print of what? A comma B comma C. I'm getting one statement at a time and I'm getting one result at a time. This is known as what? Interactive approach, which is present in where? Python, which is present even in Java also. Even in Java, when you go to this program files, when you go to Java, when you go to this JDK and pin, that is called JShell, this place also you are having. This is nothing but what? Java command prompt it is called. There I am writing system.out.println. System.out.println. There I am writing hello Java world. Hello Java world. Hello Java world. I'm just writing like this. One statement at a time I'm giving, one result at a time I'm getting. The modern languages will provide what? Interactive approach. So what is this interactive approach says? In interactive approach, the Python programmer in this interactive approach, in interactive approach methodology, here I am writing in interactive approach, Python programmer Python programmer can issue one statement at a time, one statement at a time, one statement at a time, and gets one output at a time. Gets one output at a time. This is comes under what? Interactive approach. In interactive approach, Python programmer can issue one statement at a time and gets one output at a time. This is known as which approach? Interactive approach. You know, students, in this interactive approach, what is the use of this interactive approach? We don't use interactive approach in real-time program development, but what for we use it? We are using something like this. Just take an example. When you are constructing a new home, when electrical work is going on, how that electrician will do? He will put lot of lights in different locations of your house. And how he will test it with a tester or not? But are you living in tester light? Where are you living? In the main light only, no? So before going to give a main connections, he will test with what? Tester. In every place, he will do that. But the testing approach is known as what? Interactive approach. So it's just a testing in everything, whether the light is passing or not. Like that, the use of interactive approach, the advantage of the purpose of interactive approach. Interactive approach is that to test one instruction at a time, one instruction at a time, one instruction at a time, that instruction is successful to test one instruction at a time, whether it is working or not working, whether it is able to give the result or not, to test one instruction at a time for placing into what main program purpose. Before going to deploy my application in real time, I will test one instruction at a time, whether it is able to work properly or not. And the purpose of interactive approach is that to test one instruction at a time, right? Example I shown you. Here it is written, output is coming. I did like that, it is coming. Now I am asking one task. What is this now? Write a, now I am writing a comment here. Write a Python program for adding of two numbers. Adding of two numbers. Come on, first, all of you tell me. How do you write it? Take A value, take B value, take C value, and add them, and print of A, and print of B, and print of C. Am I getting one instruction at a time or not? What is this entire thing is known as? How many instructions I have written? First instruction, second instruction, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I got the result or not? One at a time. Yes, I got the result. It's well and good. Now I will come out of this interactive approach. I'm saying exit off. When I say exit off, what will happen? It is coming out of it. Remember that for addition of two numbers, I wrote how many instructions? 6 instructions I wrote it. Exit off, and it is closing. I'll go to the interactive approach once again. I'm going to the interactive approach once again. Here I'm entering run as administrator, and here it is like this. Now tell me, what about my previous instructions? Already 6 instructions I wrote or not? I want that 6 instructions now. Am I able to retrieve the 6 instructions now? Come on. No. So interactive approach is not that much useful to save my program. There is no way, it is not allowing me. Interactive approach is not allowing me to save my instructions on certain name. There is no facility available in interactive approach to save that Python instructions on some name. It is not having the facility to save my instructions on some file name. Only one instruction at a time. Only one instruction at a time I can get. Only one output I can see. It doesn't provide us facility for us to save those instructions. So the purpose of interactive approach is to test one instruction at a time. The next I'm writing, the interactive approach is not useful, is not useful, is not that much useful, is not that much useful, is not that much useful because what is the reason for it? Because it is not allowing us, it is not allowing the Python programmer, not allowing the Python programmer to save, to save, to save, and to save and to reuse, to reuse the code in other part of the programs, in other part of the project, in other part of the project. So if I speak in terms of project point of it, mainly I want to reuse it into other part of the project. These two things, it is not useful. Is it clear? So it is not going to permit, it is not allowing you to save the program, and it is not allowing you to do what? Reuse the code in other part of the project. I hope this is more useful to you. I think you are understanding. What is an example here I am saying? What is an example here? Here I am writing example program I am saying. Must be careful enough. You must understand this. So what I am doing now, A is equal to 10 and next is called B is equal to 20. Next I am writing C is equal to A plus B, and next I am writing print of A comma B comma C. There I am getting the result as what? 10, 20, 30. These instructions are available at that point of time only, not available in, not available to save this program, not useful to save this program on some name, and not possible to reuse the code in other part of the project. Is it clear? Right. That's why we are going to do what? Which mode we are coming? Batch mode programming. Let me show you ideally also. First time you are coming to ideally. Now I'm going to show you the ideally. So I think you are getting Python command prompt is which approach software? There we can test one instruction at a time, but not useful to save the program on some file name, and it is not possible to reuse the code in other part of the project. That's why we are going for looking into which mode? Batch mode approach. Let us go to the one more time, all apps And next I'm going to enter into where Python 3.12. Observe it. Already I said in the beginning days only, this is called what? Python command prompt, the block icon. And the next icon symbol is called what? Python ideally. This is called an ideally. I'm clicking now. Go to the place. Here I'm going to say all apps, Python here, Python 3.12, and click on ideally. So the ideally is opening now. Be careful, students. They are also looking like this is called Python command prompt. This is looking like something like just to try to observe the difference. You try to observe the difference. This is called ideally. You see on the top of it ideally. You see on the top of it, it is called what? It is Python what? Command prompt. Here ideally is providing what? Some sort of menu is providing here. Menu. Here there is no such type of menus are available in where? Command prompt. Definitely ideally is little richer than what? Command prompt. So command prompt also work like a Python command prompt. Ideally is also working like a Python command prompt. A10 and then B20 and C is equal to what? A plus B. Print of what? A and print of what? B. And print of what I am saying? C here. And I will say exit off. Keep in mind exit off. What happens here? It is coming out of that ideally also. Go to the ideally once again. Go to the ideally once again. Here I am taking Python 3.1. Ideally I am taking. Now I want the previous six statements. Am I able to get it here? Now it is also working like what? Come on. Now it is not useful to develop the programs by using what approach? Interactive approach. So I will write it conclusion. So conclusion is what? Hence, now I'm going to conclude. What is that now? By using Python command prompt or by using what approach? Interactive approach. By using interactive approach, it is not recommended. It is not recommended, not recommended to develop real-time problems by writing programs, that I already written. Why not possible here? Because it is not allowing us to save the program on some name. That's why, hence it is required to go for what mode? Therefore, we need to go for to develop real-time problems by writing programs. To develop real-time problems by writing programs, we must use what mode? Batch mode approach. Batch mode approach. The name itself says batch. What do you mean by batch? Group. Group. What is the batch? Group. Group of instructions are saved on some name. That name is known as what? Batch. Batch of instructions will be saved on some name. That's why this mode is known as what? Batch mode approach. Come on, what are we doing in batch mode approach? By using batch mode approach or in batch mode approach, what Python programmer is doing? Madhubavulu, by using batch mode approach, Python programmer can develop hmm, batch of instructions, batch or what? Group of instructions, group of optimized instructions under single unit, under single unit, under single unit. We call it as what? File name, and it must be saved on, and it must be saved on some file name, some file name with an extension called what? .py, with an extension .py. In the bracket, I will write it file name .py so that I can write it so that we can reuse that code in other part of the project, other part of the project, other part of the project. So in real time standards, we use what mode approach only? Batch mode approach only. So to develop any real-time problem, we go for what approach? So how to develop the batch mode approach? So to develop the batch mode approach, first I will go for what? Ideal shell. I said already to you students, These two softwares will be coming on the installation of what? Python software only. I'll write it here and don't ask me, sir, how to install ideally separately. No need. The above two softwares, the above two softwares, the above two softwares are available. So I'm writing here, available. Those two softwares are available, available. Installation of what? Installation of what software? Python software. On the installation of Python software. No need to install separately here. Same thing here also. Available on the installation of what? Python software. Here also I will write it. Available on the installation of Python software. Now I'm going to show you first time about what? IDLE now. Shall I go to that now? Let's start here ideally. So this is a command prompt I already set. This is an ideally already set. Once again, I will launch the ideally. Try to follow. Go to the Python here. Go for all programs and Python here. Python ideally. This is opened here. Be careful, students. Now, first time we are seeing the program now. Program means don't think that it is something newly today. Whatever the data types are there, we are learning them as it is today by having rich programming expertism. File. We need to go for what? Extra we are having in ideally what? This type of menu is present. So I'm writing batch mode programming. Click on where now? File. So go to the file and then say new file. As long as R will do, you will be seeing very easily. Once you go and open your laptop, you will be getting a problem. So that's why start with what? File. Say what? New file. Click on new file. Once you say click on new file, a separate window is opening. This is called, here you are writing the code. Here you are writing the batch of instructions. Batch of instructions you are writing. Batch of instructions we are writing. Here we are going, when we execute this batch of instruction, whose result will be coming in the ideally outer window it is going to come. So I will write the code here. Shall I write the code now? So what is my code? This is called what? Commenting. The symbol called hash is called what? Commenting. If you want to give multi-line comment, I will go for what? Triple double quotes I will use it. Triple double quotes. Already you know, na? Right. Program for program for adding of two numbers. Adding of two numbers. Very, very useful. Daily I will do it in the class. Tell me. Come on, tell me fast. A is equal to 100, B is equal to 200, C is equal to A plus B, print of A and print of B and print of C. That's all. Is it not a group of statements written under one name? Now I need to go for save this program. How do you save it? See, this is known as what right now? Untitled. Spell out. Untitled. Now I need to go for save this now. I need to give some title to that program. Go how? File and say what? Save. Control S, I will do it. Control S. I say Control S. Now you are going to take up where it is allowing you to save it, my dear students. Carefully try to follow. Here I am going to take up now. By default, your Python environment, by default, your Python environment is asking you to save your program into software folder. That is the language folder it is allowing to save it. I was installed Python software or not? It is available in where? KVR, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 3.12. 3.12 means what? 3.12 version. It is asking you to save this kind of things here. To save this kind of things here. Nada sad, listen ma. Listen, my dear student. Listen. Okay. So no award is given. You need to listen now. So need to listen. You are my student already, right? Listen. Need to listen the class. Okay now? So need to listen the class. Are you already you attended the class now? Need to listen the class. Already you attended my class, right? So no award is given, no chocolate is given, nothing is given. Listen the class. Okay now? Now listen. So here I am going to write it. This is a place. Now I am going to write it. In this place, don't save it. I'm giving the systematic policies of how to do it in real time. Don't save your code in this place. In your C programming, when you are doing the C programming, where are you saving the program now generally? Where you saved your program? You did not observe the folder name also. You saved everything in where? Turbo C only. Turbo C only. Your friend, my friend, every friend is saved in Turbo C only. What happens? Everything saved in Turbo C. You gave the same file name, I gave the same file name. What will happen? Overlapping will take place or not? That's why industry says that virtual environment to create. What do you mean by virtual environment? If you did not catch me, you go for what? Create your own folder. Every real-time programmer will create their own folder to save the programs. So don't try to save your programs into Python 3.12. It is called a language folder. Don't try to disrupt the software. Where can I save it? E colon 4 p.m. And there I am going to create one folder. Do you know how to create folder and all? Create a folder. Create a folder. What is going to be happening there? I will give today. I'll give today batch mode. Batch mode is my folder name. There I will save my programs of that topic. Inside of that, I'm going to save my code. What is the code now I am writing? Some example 1.py. Some example 1.py. Are you observing that? File name, some example 1.py. So that time you try to say what? After giving that file name, after giving this file name, what do you do? Click on where? Save. And you need not to give .py also. Why? By default, which file it is? Python file. So after that, you give it as that. Please look at that. You are having some ex1.py, which is present into where? Into my own folder. It is a better always to the real-time practices like this. Don't save that under language folders. Are you following me? Now I need to run my code. Online students, are you able to follow students? Are you able to follow students? Everybody need to respond here. Quickly need to give response. Now I need to run my code. How to run this code? To run this code, there is an option called what? Run. Look at what is that? Run. Go to that run and say what? Run module. Spell out. When you click on the run module, what is an output? 100, 200, 300. This is where it is showing. See my program. My program is here. My program is here. That program related result is showing in where? Ideally, command prompt it is showing. This is an ideally program window. This is an ideally output window. Are you following me? If I run once again, run again, what is happening? Again, output is coming like that. Now, if I call one outsider, what is 100? What he will say? You don't know. What is 200? You don't know. What is 300? You don't know. Now, you tell me what is 100? A value. What is 200? What is 300? So that outsider person don't know. So when an output is coming, they must understand perfectly, right or not? That's why I will write another program now. So what is my another program I am writing? Let us look into that. This program is clear or not clear? So come out of that, come out of that. Once again, I am showing you how to move to that. How to move to that I am going to enter. Let's go. I want to. All apps, Python here. Python ideally I am taking. Sir, how can I open that previous program? Can I open my previous program? Come on, go. File and open. Open. Go to the open. Where is my program? E colon. E colon. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Under that what? Batch mode. Under that there is a program name called what? This kind of program. Say what? Double click on that. Or after selecting what you do, after selecting what you do, say what? Open. Say here, open. Once you say this open, is it the code opened or not? That's it. Is it clear? Now I want to go for another code I want to develop. Shall I go for another code? Say, come on, file, new file, new file, same program, program for adding, program for adding two numbers, program for adding two numbers. How do you write it? Same. I will write it A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, C is equal to A plus B. Slowly, I am going to improve your skills in the coding. Our ultimate target is to become a good coder. That I will be doing. Compulsory, I will do it. You just follow me. Print of, I am writing today. Value of A is equal to comma A I am writing. Right now, don't worry about the print of. What I am writing, you don't worry. So far, I am using what only? Print of A comma B comma C only. Next class, that is tomorrow class, I am going to tell you about what? What will be the varieties of syntaxes of which statement? Print statement. Varieties of syntaxes of print statement I will explain. Just like a C language, we are using printf or not. In Python, we use what? Print. In Java, we will use system.out.println like. So that I will explain. Almost 6 syntaxes are available. All the syntaxes I will explain very perfectly for you. Right now, don't worry about that. Just so you see the outputs. Print of what I am doing. Value of B is equal to comma B. So many syntaxes I'll explain, students. Print of sum is equal to, I'll write here sum is equal to comma C I am writing. And right now, don't worry about it. I'm just writing one small statement. Good looking output purpose. I am using something like this. I am using something like this. I am saying this is a just line. And modern programmer will do what star 50. I will write it. What is the star 50? This also I'll explain tomorrow. The symbol star, the symbol hyphen, repeated how many times? The symbol like this, repeated for how many times? 70 times. 70 times. Just a difference I want to show. Are you following me? This symbol hyphen repeated how many times? The symbol hyphen repeated how many times? Just remember it. Are you following me? Just for a decorating purpose, I am writing this type of print of these lines. It is just a printing for identification purpose. Now it is called a titled, untitled. Now I need to run my code. So directly you cannot run the code. Run module. It is asking first to save the program. It will say. See that source must be saved. Okay to save. The source code must be saved first. This is known as what code? Source code. Sum.py. Beginning. Interpretation time. So I must save it. Shall I save my code? Let's say file and say what now? Save. Save. Now it is going to show. Where I am saving my program? Create your own folder. E colon 4 p.m. Go to where? Batch mode. I will say it as what? Some ex2.py. Some ex2.py. Click on where? Save. Now run the code. Come on, run. What is my code? Run. What is the output is coming? Are you seeing this difference here? This is repeated how many times? And this is repeated big line or not? So what is this now? Value of A, value of B, sum is equal to. I will call one outsider. And what is 10? Value of A. What is the B? What is the 30? Sum. It is easy for them to understand or not? Again, I will run my code. Again, I will run my code. Run the code again. Same output is coming. Run the code again. Run the code again. I'll get the same output. I'm getting the same output as it is. But I don't want the code like this. What I want? I want something different. Come on, go. See, new file again. New file. Please take care. Now I'm going to take a last and final program for adding of two numbers. Adding of what? Two numbers. There I'm writing. And right now, don't worry about it. What I'm doing, float of input of enter first value. Enter first value. Don't worry, students. What I'm doing, you don't worry. B is equal to float of input of enter second value. Enter second value. So try to follow this. Next I'm writing C is equal to A plus B. Now I'm writing here called what same statements I will do. Something different I will do it. Right now don't worry. Right now don't worry. Some comma. I will write it like this. Is equal to, I'm writing like this. Dot format of A comma B comma C I wrote it. A comma B comma C I wrote it. Don't worry. Least bother about it. Try to run my code. Try to save this first. What is this now? Sum ex2. Sum EX3. See where I am saving that E colon 4 p.m. and batch mode here and try to save. I did not give you what dot py. By default, it is saved on what name? Dot py only. Dot py. Run the code. Run the code. What is asking? First you remove that. First you remove that. Now you run it. So run. What is happening? See, it is waiting now. To 12 and I'll say some 34. I'm getting my dynamic output. Are you getting? What is the difference between previous program and this one? This program is going to give you same output all the time. But this program will give you what output? Dynamically it is going to take. Enter the value 123 and I'll say 345. You'll get minus 22, minus 222 is an output. Are you getting me? So this type of thing, what I used here right now, input statement I used it right now. Don't worry. In tomorrow class, first half of the time I will explain about what print statement. Here I used another variety of print statement. This is called one output statement. To read the data, I will use what here? Input statement, I will use it. Like your C language, printf, and next is called what? Scanf. We used how we used in C language. Like that in Python, there is a statement called what? Print and input of. This I will explain in detail for you. Okay now? Right now, don't worry. What is this mechanism is called? Writing the group of instructions under one name. Which approach it is called? Which approach it is called? Batch mode. And what is this lines of code is called? Program. This is called one way to run my code. Clear or not clear? Right. Online students, is it clear? And we have another program is also there. What is my another program? Some EX1 is also there. Here you observe it. So three programs I wrote it. Three programs I wrote it here. Some EX1, some EX2. This is called one more program, and this is called one more program we have, and one more program is also there. This is another program we have. This is another program you have. This is the first program I wrote it. This is a second program I wrote it. This is a third program I wrote it. And this is giving simply a layman output. This is giving little better, and this is giving completely professional output. Are you able to follow? And here I used a print off. Here I used an input off in this program, third program. But you least bother. In tomorrow's session, I will explain. First, we need to understand how well we will write the coding. That is an important here. How well we'll write the coding. That matters a lot here. So finally, I'm going to conclude my sentences. How to write the coding that I just want to go for further. So these programs I want to run. How I was run this Python program from Python ideally by going for choosing what option? Run module. Okay now? Are you comfortable? Any code is coming, I will write like this only. You need to go to last and final, close it. Completely closed. Go to where now? Come on, go to fast. Here I will go to what? Go to the place. Now I will go to, where is it? Go to the start button, all apps, go to A, Python here, 3.12, ideally. Ideally, where I want to open my program, open off, and I'll go to my place, E colon, and 4 p.m. and batch mode, whichever program you like it, you can do that and run the code. I can reuse my code wherever you like it. How to reuse it, I will tell in the class. Okay, now? So to come out of that, I will use what? Exit off. So it will be simply closed, simply closed. And this is simply closed. This is called how to run the program in ideally. This code I can run from Windows command prompt also. Another approach I am going to show you. This Python program, and before going to the third party IDEs, whatever the program you have written in the IDLE shell, I want to execute. I want to execute. Where I am executing that now? From Windows command prompt I am executing. So how do you go to the Windows command prompt? Go to the start place and it says CMD. And it is a minimum knowledge. Everybody must know about it. Go to the place, run as an administrator. Now I'm going to the Windows command prompt. It is C colon Windows, this one. Where is my program present in? E colon, E colon. I need to write E colon, not comma, semicolon, colon. In that E, what is my folder name? Suppose if you don't know folder name, you forget. Say dir, it will show lot of folders are available. A lot of folders are available. What is your folder name? KVR Python 4pm. You need to say CD stands for change directory. It's a Windows based statements purely. KVR Python 4pm. That is a folder name. So it will move to that folder. In that, again to see the folders which is present in that folder, subfolders. These are my topic names I said. Today what I was created? Batch mode. Batch mode. How do I go to the batch mode? CD batch mode. You people are not opening your mouth. And from here onwards, you people went out of order. Because so far you are learning one instruction now. We are entering into the real picture today only. So batch mode we are entering. When you write small and then capital also, OS will not bother about it. Batch mode. So it went to where? Batch mode folder. In that, what are the things present in that? What you will say? dir. Here, some ex1, some ex2, some ex3. These are my Python programs. Now I want to run these programs. To run these programs, in C language, how you are able to run your C program. Your faculty said F9, control F9 something they said. Correct or not? That is the academic level they will say. But how do you run in real time? They will use GCC compiler. They will use it. GCC compiler. GCC they will use. It's a command to run the C program. Actually, in real time they do. But our source will say what? Great source will say F9, control F9. Everybody will say. When you go to real time, you will see completely different atmosphere. You will see. How do you run the Python program? One is called run module from Python, ideally shell. To run the Python program, you are using one tool called what? Python. Python is a tool to run your Python program. Where is this tool is present, sir? Now I'm going to show you. Go to that. Here I'm going to show you Python. Python ideally you go. This is a Python ideally. Say open. It is going to show you the software. And you please look at this carefully. This is called all folders are visible. DLLs, docs, include, lib, libs, script, share, TCL. Like that, we are having some folders in the Python software. And you please come out here. No file names are showing now. No file names are showing here. Nothing. And you please come to where Python files is by default coming. You choose that and take what files? All files you take it. The moment when I choose all files, automatically one Python will come. Are you seeing that? This Python is called what? An application which is used to run which programs? Python programs. Python is one of the application tool to run the Python programs. So go to the place. I'll go to my command prompt. There I will write it Python and write your file name.py. What is my python.file name.py? Some ex1.py. Some ex1.py. I say some ex1.py. You run this now. What is happening? Happily the result came or not? What is the Python here? Is a tool to run the Python program. Behind of run module. Behind of what? Run module. One option is there or not? You click it with what? Mouse. Behind of the run module, which tool they used it? Python tool they used it. Did you understand? So one more time, Python, what is my next one? Some ex2.py. So I got my result once again. I want to run one more program. Python ex3.py asking the value 2.3 and I'll say 2.3. I got my result 4.6. Understand? So what is the Python here? Is a tool to run my Python program. Where is the Python tool is present? Python tool is coming from the software side only. But where I am using, wherever I like it, I am using in my computer. Because the beginning days at the time of installation, I was setting the path in the beginning time or not. I said that time, if you remember it, that time in installation time, I said, add to the path, I said, did you remember? Add to the path, I said. You put a tick mark and you installed the software. Because of adding the path to the environmental variable of system, you are able to use the Python everywhere. What is that environmental variables also? I will tell you. Right now, am I clear? So Python is a tool to run the Python program. For Python, there is some alias name is also there. Alias name. That alias name. Suppose your name is called what? Krishna Mohan. Krishna Mohan. Krishna Mohan will have some nickname the parents will call. Like that, every student will have the nickname. That nicknames are nothing but what? Alias names. So Python alias name is what? Python alias name. Python short name is what? Py. Py. What is that? Py. What is that file name now? Some ex1.py. You can run with the tool also. Py is an alias name for what? Python. Next one more is what? Py. Some ex2.py. I got the output. Py. Some ex3.py. So I got enter the first value 2.6 and then 2 point something like 67. I got the answer or not? Something like that I got it. This is comes under what? Py. How many tools are there to run my Python program? Two. So go to the place. Go to the place. Madhu Babul, are you following me? So by seeing you, I'm getting complete doubt about it. So come to the point. To run the Python program, to run the Python program, from where? From where? Windows command prompt. I'm writing here Windows command prompt. You don't go and write at Python command prompt, because some students who are after still I am explaining such a clear cut manner, they are still going to what? Going to this place, Python command prompt, and they are typing. Command prompt of Python is different. Windows command prompt is different. To run the Python program from Windows command prompt, we use the following syntax. We use the following syntax. We use the following syntax. What is the syntax I am using? Look at syntax is what? Python. I am using Python. And what is this now? Python. What is this now? File name dot py. So at which place? Windows command prompt. Again, I am saying that Windows command prompt. At Windows command prompt. Next is called what? Py. File name dot py. Py. This is comes under what? Windows command prompt. Windows command prompt. So here Windows command prompt. Either this one you can say or this one you can say. Examples I am going to take it. Examples. Examples I am going to give you. What are the examples here? Try to follow. The examples which I already said to you. Here I will carry this example. Here I will carry this examples I will try to carry. Try to observe it. So here I just said this is the one, this is another one, and this is another one. We got it. And if you want this outputs also, I will try to write it. And this outputs. So this outputs I am writing it. And the code of the Python anyhow I am going to send it to you. This code I am going to send it to you. Whatever the code I was written, I will send it to you. Or we can also say something like this. Py related kind of thing also I am going to give you. This is at which place we are doing? Python command prompt. Python command prompt, Windows command prompt, Windows command prompt. Keep in mind that no more, no more doubts about this. So here, two tools I said, and finally, I'm going to write it. Here I will write it in this place. Here I will write it. Here, Python, Python or what? Py. Python or Py. Here I will write it. Python or Py are the two tools, are the two tools, are the two tools used for running the Python programs, used for running the Python programs at Windows command prompt. Windows command prompt. Windows command prompt. I think you are following me. Here, Python or Py are the two tools used for running the Python programs at Windows command prompt. Examples done here. I think it is more clear. Done. So coming to the point back, this is about Python IDLE shell. I developed this and did this. Clear up? So online students, let me speak to online students. Is it clear? All the students must respond here. Try to respond. So it is more clear, I think so. So let us move to the further. I will go for first time installing what? PyCharm. So let me talk about what is this IDE. In small terms, I will speak about it. Coming to IDEs. And don't mention in your resume, I did my project on Python IDLE shell. If we did a project on IDLE shell, they will understand that you are an RTC bus driver. You are. Do you know government RTC bus driver? So RTC bus is not containing any AC facility, correct or no? Do you have AC facility in city buses here? No. How the rush will be there like that? So same fare. One more AC bus is standing where passengers are taking. Which bus you will prefer? AC bus. Same fare. Here 10 rupees. Here also 10 rupees. Their seat is not good. Window mirror also will not move. Here window mirror will move. Whatever the way you like it, you can adjust. Which one you will book? Which one you will prefer? So such a type of high-end services you want to get it in your project, I'll go for what? IDE. IDE stands for your favorite answer, integrated, integrated, hmm, integrated development environment. Integrated development environment. So this is your favorite answer because you are already gold medalist in full forms. Correct? చెప్పండమ్మా మీరు ఏం చెప్పబోతే నాకు ఎట్లా అర్థమవుతుంది సో IDE stands for what? Integrated Development Environment. But don't tell this answer. What is our slogan? Explain the subject. IDE is one of the third party software. Third party software. Whenever I get third party software in your lifetime, if you get a third party software, before third party, there are two parties. First party, Python people are called first party because you are a Python developer, right or not? So PSF people, PSF, who is a vendor of what? Python language, managing the Python software, is called what? First party. What IDEs they provided? Python ideally, Python command prompt they provided. So who provided? First party people provided the IDEs. Which IDE? Python ideally shell. Python command prompt they provided. Whatever is possible from them, they provided. For command purpose, you use the Python command prompt. For IDE purpose, you go for Python ideally, batch mode purpose. Later, people felt that there are no much services are available. Which services programmer need? That is the first party. Second party. Second party means which OS I am using in my laptop, Windows I am using. Microsoft people are called what? Second party. Suppose VS Code you take it, VS Code. VS Code is also one of the second party, which is provided by Microsoft people only. Windows is released by what? Microsoft. So VS Code is an IDE, which is also good IDE, provided by what? Second party. Second party is nothing but what? OS vendors. Third party vendors like JetBrains. JetBrains is a company name. They released the software called what? PyCharm. JetBrains is not related to PSF. JetBrains is not related to your OS. JetBrains is a third party person, third party software company. They released what? PyCharm software. For which programmers? Python programmers. Are you following me? So, third party people are nothing but not language developers, not OS developers. Other than these two people are called what? Third party. Did you understand my meaning? So no fourth party, fifth party like political parties. No such parties are available. It is called third party software. What is the specialty of third party software generally? IDEs are IDEs of IDEs of third party softwares provides much services to the provides more services to the programmers, more services to the programmers, such as syntax highlighting, Syntax highlighting. Do you know syntax highlighting? When I write some syntax wrong, it will show the red mark under that syntax. So is it a good property or not? When red mark is coming, that it is a danger. So immediately you will look into that. Who will provide that signal there? It is an error. Third party IDs will provide. Plus, it will provide what also? Functions help, it will show you. Functions help. Functions help. Functions help means what? Suppose you forget list functions. List. You know list functions? I said lot of list functions, lot of set functions, lot of dictionary functions. Did you remember all the functions of set to today? Remembering? Remembering? Now openly tell me. No. So if even though you remember some, even though you forget some, all the functions will be provided by what? IDEs will provide. All of them will be shown to you. So of remembering, of forgetting. By seeing that rest of them, you will get it or not. Is it not a good service or not? That is called what? Like that, there are many more services are provided by what? That's why in software industry, every real-time programmer prefers to go for using what? Third party IDEs. One of the third party software which are very popular in the industry. What is that? PyCharm. PyCharm. It is a third party IDE developed by JetBrains. JetBrains is a software company. JetBrains, not bus brains. Jet like a good brains. They developed this software for which programmers? Python programmers. For full stack development purpose, this is designed. For full stack Python developers purpose, this is designed. Very popular IDE. Every company will follow this. And for data science purpose, there is one more software is designed it. That is known as what? Jupyter Notebook is provided for data science programmers. So the software companies will use what? PyCharm and what next? Jupyter Notebook or the more popular IDEs. Any of the IDE you can use it. IDEs are something like a car, something like a cars in your home. So to drive the car, what must be known first? Driving. To do the coding, you must know first programming. If you don't know programming, if you try to have multiple cars, there is no use. Without knowing driving, if you have 20 cars, what you will do? You can't do. Without having on hair on your head, having 20 combs in front of me, what you will do? To write a programming, what is required? Programming knowledge is important. That's why programming is something like a hair. You can just comb like anything in any ID you can do. Understand my point? So coming to the point of it, now I'm going to enter into the Jupyter Notebook. I will enter first. I will show you here which ID I am going to show you. The PyCharm people purchased the copyrights of Python software from where? PSF. PSF. PyCharm. These are JetBrains people. These people purchased the copyrights of Python software from which company? That means before installing PyCharm in your system, you must have Python software to be installed. You must install Python software. Then you must go for installing what? PyCharm. Did you understand? When I go to PyCharm, how to develop, how to download. Now I'm going to tell how to download. PyCharm is available for you in two ways. One is called Professional Edition, Professional Edition, Professional Edition. Second one is called what? Community Edition, Community Edition. Professional Edition and Community Edition. Professional Edition, if you want to download, you must pay some money. You must pay some money. Will you pay money? Why? You'll pay in college, huh? Huh? You'll pay in college every year 1,20,000, 1,30,000. You'll pay, huh? Come on. Professional Edition, there you are developing a project. Will you pay the money? No. Say no. No. So I want to pay. Who will pay the money for you? When you get a job, company people will purchase that. They will give freely to you. And now, since you are a learner, you try to download what? Community edition. You will get professional edition also. This you will get it. 30 days trial version you will get it. 30 days trial version you will get it. After 30 days that will expire and they will take what? Pay the money to get the full version. So don't pay that. And community edition you download, that is called complete things will come. So which one I have to download? Community edition. Shall I go to that now? Let's visit the website. Amy is called what? www.jetbrains.com, www.jetbrains.com, www.python.org, like that, www.jetbrains.com or jetbrains.org. Are you following, my dear students? Online students, come to the point back. Now I'm going to go to this place, go to the browser here. Now I'm writing directly PyCharm, freely download, PyCharm download. So I'm going to take up. See that, students? www dot, the first link itself says that, what is that? www.jetbrains.com. I'm searching in where? Google. So go to the place. Here I'm going to click on new link, new window. I clicked on new link. So this you close it. PyCharm Professional, you say download. Free 30-day trial. Don't download. When you download and installation time, they will ask you, give your credit card number, that number, this number I will ask. You may feel I don't have any account balance, you will don't give it. When the money put, deducted immediately. Don't do that. Don't download it. Come to down the pot. There is called what? PyCharm Community Edition is there. You try to download. Are you seeing this now? Try to click on the download. When you are downloading, you must have an internet connection. Without having internet connection, don't try to do it, because some intelligent people will be there. They will try to come without having any internet connection. So try to do this thing. Click on download options today. Click on this download. Within fraction of seconds, this will be downloaded. So click on that. It is saying that it is under the downloading. Are you following me? 4 minutes left out. 586 MB is having. So go to that, click on close this. It is going on this one. Downloading is going on. So thank you for downloading PyCharm. And it is going to, once it is getting downloaded, it will come to where downloads option. You double click on that. You will get I agree terms and conditions. Click on that. Next, you do it. Automatically, what will be coming? Software will be installed. And you will get one icon in the desktop also, it will be created. Are you following me? So will you download it? Professional edition or community edition? Community edition you will download. So since my internet is little slower, that's why it is taking this much time. Otherwise, it will download very quickly this one. So this is not a big deal. So still, online students, I hope you are following me. This downloading process, you try to do it. Community edition you download, and you know how to install also. Not a big deal for you. You will install it, and you say one option will come, terms and conditions, agree, you take it and try to get it. And once it is getting completed, you will be getting one icon in where? Desktop. You will get one icon on the desktop. Once let it complete, you double click on that, it will be downloaded. Which version we are getting downloaded? 2024. Even I'm having 2024 with this. 2024 version only you downloaded. See that? 2024 2.0.01 something. 2024. Are you seeing this? 2024.201. So 15 seconds, 12 seconds. So once it gets downloaded, you install it. So it is done. So it is completed now. Go to your place, go to your PC, downloads option you see, it is getting downloaded. You double click on that, then it will be getting installed. Terms and conditions, say next, you say, it will be downloaded. Are you following me? Now, once it is getting installed, you will getting on the top of it, you will be getting what? 2024, like that one icon will come. Or you can go to this place, all apps, go to where? PyCharm here. PyCharm Community Edition is available. Are you following me? You click on any one of it. Click on this. What is happening? You see. This will be opening. PyCharm, JetTrans, JetBrains IDE. Now I'm going to write PyCharm. Every program from now onwards, I will execute on where only? PyCharm only I will execute. This is my regular classes. I am going to teach on PyCharm only. Let me close it how it is available in the beginning for you. I will show you. Let me show you beginning how it is available. Let me close all the stuff, students. Let me close my existing thing. Beginning, how it is available when you open in your system today. So let me close everything. Let me close everything. Now it is like this. It is opening like that. It is opening like that. And by default, you will get black in color. Block in color. There's a dark color. Theme is coming, dark color theme. Are you getting? And you are expert in changing the themes and all, because in mobiles you are setting so many varieties of themes. You are the master in changing the themes. So click on where? New project. Click on new project. Why I took it white in screen? Because you can see in the projector, if I take black screen, it is not going to visible to the students. That's why I changed the theme as what? White. That is a IntelliJ light we can call, not white, IntelliJ light. So click on new project. It is asking the project name. What is my project name? Batch mode, I will say. Batch mode 4 p.m. 4 p.m. This is called your folder name. Like I created a folder name or not? This is known as virtual environment you are creating. See users KVR PyCharm projects. So go for what? After giving that, click on where? Create. Click on create or simply press enter key. I say create. It is creating virtual environment. It is creating virtual environment. Creating virtual environment. Immediately it will be shown like this. Actually, this is the environment. Now it is available. Observe students, where is my folder present in? This place, this complete place. Let it execute in C folder only, C drive only. Don't change your language installation folder. And if we go to this, there is a settings are there, settings. In the settings, actually there is a meaning called what? Appearance. Are you seeing appearance? Actually, you will get by default in what? Darkula. Like this, you will get it. Because of the darkula, you cannot see properly. Class will become dark. That's why I took it as what? White. So that's why I did like that. It is going to be appearance. I took it as IntelliJ light. Intel light with a light header. So I think this was there. Huh? So this I took it. This was the one. Are you following me? So that's why this type of white in color. After that, here three things will be available, students. This is called this first part, second part, third part. Third part, I'm going to show you. First part is called Project Explorer. Project Explorer. Spell out Project Explorer. Means in that project, what are all the files are available? Project Explorer. Second place is what? Code development, code editor. What is that? Code editor. Next, the code editor, I will run my code. This is called a output editor. This is called a result editor. I am going to show you. Project Explorer, code editor, and then output editor. Now I am going to write the code. What is the code? Now I will say to write the code in that folder, whatever is available, click that, keep that click to ensure. You need to say right click, say new, and say what? Python. Once again, right click, new, and say which file? Python file. What is my example? Some ex1.py. Now I am going to write the code over there. Program for adding of two numbers. Same, two numbers. I'm writing. What is the program for adding of two numbers? I'm going to take up. I'm not writing the same code again. I'll bring my code. Of course, don't feel that sir is copying that, because I want to make you to feel that it is a dead easy to write the coding. I'll copy that. What is required? Only thing coding skills required. Copy it. Are you following? Now I wrote it. Suppose I wrote it A plus format. Okay. A plus I wrote it. Immediately red color is showing. Are you seeing the red color? That red color is nothing but an exclamation symbol. What is available? One error. That indicates what? More than enough to say what? Program will not run. So I need to write properly this type of B also. Are you following? ఇప్పుడు చూడండి ఒకసారి. L is equal to list of, I'll say L is equal to list of L dot, చూడండి ఒకసారి, append, pop, count, clear. Is it not called all the things explained or not? This is called what? Function help also provided, and it won't provide the logic. If you show problem, PyCharm, this is my system test in the company. Please tell me the logic for this program. PyCharm will say, I don't know anything, because already Python software is there in me. I can give the help on functions, but I cannot give problem solving. If that is the case, the CEO of the company will tell to PyCharm, tomorrow I will remove my all employees. You please develop the project for it. I only will give money for you. It will say what? I can't write the logic. I will provide the functions help to you. Logic has to come always from the brain only. Understand this? Well, let us run this code. How to run this code? Are you observing? This is called what here? Project Explorer. This is called code editor. Now I want to run my code. Please look at the bottom of that. It is called, this is number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 3 is called what? Output editor. Run. Keep the cursor in the code editor and say right click. Say what is here? Run. Run. Behind of this run, what is there? Python tool is there. Their run module. Here what? Run your file name. See that now, students. Come out here. Enter first value 10. Enter second value 20. Am I getting the output or not? What is this is called? Project Explorer. What is this now? Code editor. To run that, I will go for result is coming. That is known as what? Output editor. Understood that? Now, if you don't want this run editor, you can go to where? Minimizing. Are you seeing that? Minimize. That will go. If you want a free hands to write it, I can say click on this symbol here. Click on the symbol which is available on the symbol. Click on it, it will go. Again, you click on it, Explorer will come. Are you getting? Run again. Here I am getting. Again, window will be coming here. 2.3 and then 2.3. I got the result. This result is coming below to that code. Some people will like this output window to come below to this what or parallel to that you want to get it. For that, there is a 3 lines will be there or not? 3 dots will be there or not? Click on the 3 dots. There is a move to what? Right top. Right top. Left top. Bottom like that. So move to what? Move to what? Right top. Now see that. What is happening now? Tell me now. What is this is called? Project Explorer. Code editor. Now run the code again. Now how I was run the code? Keep the cursor here. Right click. This is the one. One more way. Please observe carefully. Here it is available. Are you seeing what is my file name here? What is my file name here? Someone.exe. Are you seeing this symbol? WhatsApp sending button symbol. That you click on it. It is now. Ensure that someone.exe. Run. Click on it. Enter the value. Say 34 and say some 45. Am I getting output or not? This is the way. Are you following? Daily I will use what? PyCharm only. Understand? Ideally also I don't go. Ideally is only for temporary purpose. But daily in my resume also I can mention what? PyCharm only. So first day little confusion. If you go on practicing it, it is dead easy. To avoid that, to minimize this and to avoid this kind of thing, you go for that. To see that, I will go for that. Again, I program hands free. Okay? Clear? So will you download after going to home PyCharm? Will you practice these examples? Right. So I'll stop my class and online students, I hope today's class is more clear. And today's class is what is the concept today? What is the concept today? Number of approaches for development of this. What is the program? Interactive approach and batch mode approach. And batch mode approach, I said Jupyter, PyCharm, how to download also I said. And I'm not writing the notes for downloading PyCharm because nobody will ask in interview point of view how to download PyCharm. Nobody will ask how to write the code in PyCharm. They will look into. Understand, students? Right. Tomorrow class I will go for what? Print statement and input output statements I will explain so that continuously I can go on doing the coding. Okay, now read and then come and download the PyCharm first after going to home. Thank you. All the best. Don't come late to the class. Online students, you hold on for any doubts in the session.